guys, my name's Emma, welcome back to my allotment diaries. I'm really happy because the weather is finally kind of warming up a little bit. We're going to have more sun this week, temperatures are going to rise, and I'm hoping that that means that everything kind of gets going. You can probably hear the birds chirping away. They are also very, very happy to hear the sun is out, the sky is blue, and I think we're all just pretty relieved, to be honest, because the last few days have just been horrendous. It's been freezing cold, rainy. It felt like winter, to be honest, and that's not what we want when we're in May. I know, Einstein, it's May. It's May. They're talking to each other. Einstein and his girlfriend. They're just chatting away to each other. I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds very important and urgent. So I just wanted to get on and do a few sort of smaller jobs today really, and just get the plot kind of tidied up and just address a few of those sort of things that you tend to leave, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of building work going on today, I do apologise. It's not as calming and nice as I want it to be. There's also quite a few big birds around as well, which is slightly concerning. I'll do my best to film around the building work to make it a little bit of a nicer vlog, but I've got some good news. Have a look in my shed. Look at that! So all of those rubbish bags that were piled up here have all gone to the dump, and there is officially no more rubbish in my shed piled up. It looks so good. So I got my tools here, and then the table is looking pretty empty and stuff, pretty nice. Yeah, but this space here is just incredible. I just haven't had it before, and I have to admit I feel slightly more confident about walking in my shed. It still smells of sambuca, guys, and it's not sambuca, it's peppermint oil that I put everywhere. But it kind of smells of sambuca. I think it's like, it must be like mixed with the mould and the damp and everything. Just that's what sambuca is probably. It certainly feels like that when you drink too much of it. But yeah, the shed is looking good. The spiders are kind of at bay. There's a lot of old cobwebs, but I can't see any imminent danger spiders anywhere. Do you know what I mean? So this is a good start. I've got a shelving unit at home for my old little mini Wilkinson's greenhouse that I had. So it's quite flimsy and it had the plastic covering. I've been gifted a really, really nice one from Zest Outdoor Living, which I've advertised over on my Instagram, but not here because I didn't need to. But it's beautiful, it's really nice, it's going to last a very long time. So I've kind of upgraded it. So the shelving unit from it is going to come in here. I'm going to have some shelves up here. And then what I might do as well, I was thinking, because this table here is actually quite big and it takes up quite a lot of room. And the problem with having like a big table, like a big space, is that you fill it. You just put everything everywhere. So I think what might be a good idea is getting rid of a table, sorting out under there, and then maybe getting a smaller potting bench or potting table just here, getting rid of that shelf, and then just having the shelves that I've got for storage, and maybe adding some more hooks and things. And I think it will just make my shed a little bit more accessible and less likely to become an absolute dump again. But these are just shed plans, and I think it'd be good to tackle this in the autumn winter when there's not much growing going on, and it's good to have some plans and to know what I'm going to do with the shed. So that's the plan for this shed, to kind of sort it out. I have got a lot of room on this plot here at the front, and I haven't decided to grow anything there because it's so shady, though it is sunny right now, but it usually is shady. It's quite a difficult place to put beds in, it's quite dipped down. I was just thinking of leaving it with the ground sheets and maybe having some buildings here, so maybe having another shed. I'm not sure what I'd use it for. I think if I had a shed with lots of windows, maybe I could use it to start seeds in and stuff, but then at the same time I also want to put a greenhouse down there, so I'm not sure if I'm just, I don't know, like maybe I should just put some growing beds there. I haven't decided yet, but the point is it's covered over and that's fine. I've got a dirty secret. I don't know any allotment plot holder who doesn't have a couple of at least one area of their allotment plot that they're kind of ashamed of and they don't show. And my area, my dodgy dirty area, is behind my shed just over here. This is what is lurking behind my shed. It's become a little bit of a dumping ground because I just wanted it off my plot and I didn't know where to put it. This is a ground sheet that needs sorting out. It had quite a lot growing on it. I want to sort this out today. That wood is very useful. I'm going to use that for something, and I want to try and stop the weeds from climbing into my shed because they tend to go up there and sort of get into my shed somehow. So we're going to sort this area today, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's start tackling the back of the shed. So the idea will be, can you hear me over all of this noise? The idea will be to reuse that ground sheet that I pulled out from the back of the shed to cover over the back of the shed just on the ground to stop the weeds from coming up, and then hopefully eventually when we do get wood chip delivered I will be able to wood chip it. Until then Einstein is having a lovely time. Whenever I move anything or I dig anything or a rake at the moment, he's just in there. He's just in there collecting food. He's loving it. So that's nice. Right, so this was the most horrendous ground sheet I pulled up because it just had so many weeds coming through it and it was just a nightmare. So I sort of put it behind the back of the shed in the hope that I could just deal with it another time. Well, now is another time. I love those jobs that you put off for another time, and then when another time comes around you're like, oh no, do I really have to do it? But hopefully the weeds have died down a bit and it'd be nice and easy. I'm so naive sometimes, aren't I? I'm so optimistic. Right, okay. I've got to stop injuring myself here. I don't have any insurance on myself. Oh my god, ow. Oh god, I have to be so careful. I've really flicked it right into my eye. All that mud just went up in my eye. Oh. Right, I have to just go a little bit more carefully. I was going to say carefullier. That's not even a word. More carefullier. It is now. You know what I mean, so it is a word. Right, well of course it's not bleeding easy, it's rock solid in there. I can't get it out, so what I'm going to have to do is cut the ground sheet, which is something I really did not want to do. I see no choice. It's a nightmare. Right, there we go. That is the finished product. I'm really happy with that. I think it will stop the weeds. If I can get some wood chip down, it'll look nicer as well. I think the idea is not to fill it with rubbish again. But in my defence, I didn't know where else to put the rubbish, you know, without it sitting in the middle of my plot. So the back of the shed is cleared. That feels good. Just feels good to get one of those jobs done that you think you're never going to get round to. You know, you sort of always assume, oh, I'll never get round to doing that. And then you do, and you're like, now I feel really good, I feel really motivated. So that's that job done. Now I need to figure out what to do with this ground sheet. I cannot get that stuff off of it, so I think what I'm going to have to do is sort of dump it over here, which is another rubbish area. How many rubbish areas does your allotment plot have? Because I have a lot. This is all the rubbish that I found on this plot when I was sort of doing it up and I didn't know where to put it. I mean, that is a lot of stuff to take to the dump. So at the moment it's just sort of sitting there. Rubbish is just one of my biggest problems at this allotment plot, is just the rubbish, and not even my rubbish, just rubbish that I find around the place. It's just an ongoing nightmare. Slugs, haven't you got enough to eat? Why you always got to eat more? No! Right, that's it. So guys, in one of my vlogs this week, I think it was this week that I tried this, I put down some cinnamon around my dahlias because I read, or you guys told me, that cinnamon is a great way of deterring slugs and snails. Well, unfortunately, we had a lot of rain and it just washed away. I need slug defences that are going to survive the rain because we are getting quite a lot of downpours at the moment, and cinnamon is just not the one. So our tried and tested slug defences. So we've got the Slugless by Andermatt Home and Garden, which I think is really good. It's been very effective for me this year. And the Richard Jackson Slug and Snail Control Pellets, which are a natural pellet. They don't harm wildlife if wildlife eats it, like Einstein for instance. So we're going to bring out these, I think. This is what's worked this year. The Strolch, I have to say, has not been as effective. You can see here I have some teeny tiny little carrot seedlings coming up, but actually I've sown a couple of rows here and I'm a little bit worried about them. I always struggle with carrots. They are quite a difficult seed to germinate, particularly at an allotment plot, because they need to be constantly kept wet, and if they dry out they die, and they're so small they dry out very quickly. So a lot of you actually have sent me advice to cover it with a board, a wooden board, and apparently that helps to keep them wet so they're not going to dry out, and also it keeps them dark because carrot seeds need darkness to germinate. So I have got that board that I found and I'm going to whack that over the top. I always get given new advice by you guys, and a lot of you take the time out of your day to comment on my channel and sort of let me know how to do things and what works for you. The kind of person I am is that I do like to try things my way first and see if it works, and then if it doesn't work I tend to take your advice. But I do like to learn myself, do you know what I mean? So if I don't take your advice straight away, it's not that I don't believe you, it's just that I'm stubborn and I like to try it my way first. I don't want it pushing on the seeds that have already come up. I think that works. So they could be kept dark. I might put that over it as well. Yeah, let's do it. Any that I've missed. So I've tried it my way a couple of times now. So now we're going to try it your way. And your way is to put a board over it, so they've got darkness and hopefully they'll stay wet under there. And I'll see how they go. I'll leave them a few days, probably like 5 or 6 days, and we'll come back and have a look and see if we've got any better germination. And I expect they'll all come up now, won't they? I'll be completely proven wrong. So thank you for your advice, and let's see, fingers crossed. Gonna sit here, I think, for the rest of the time. I normally get to my allotment plot for about 9 o'clock in the morning, just after I've dropped my son at school, and I normally leave about 10:30, 11, and I come pretty much every day. I don't normally come weekends, but over the summer I tend to come a few times at the weekend as well, and that's how much I come to my plot. But I'm always doing stuff when I get here. I'm always busy, I'm always looking for the next project or the next thing to do. Because that's, in a way, that is how I relax, by pottering around and doing stuff. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to sit and look around and enjoy it, because this is the first sunny, warm day that we've had in probably weeks, to be honest. The weather has just been so bad that I'm just going to sit here and just enjoy my plot. I'm also going to do my best not to sit here and just pick out all the things that are not perfect and that need work and that need doing, like that one over there with all those weeds coming up that I should have tackled and I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Or the compost areas that are just a complete mess and I don't know how to fix them. I don't know what to do with them. But I'm just going to look at the tulips, and I'm going to look at the bunting, and I'm going to look at all the things that are growing. And I would definitely encourage you over this bank holiday to go to your allotment or go into your garden and do some work, potter around, do a few jobs, but also take the time just to sit and relax and enjoy it and listen to the birds and actually reap the rewards of all of your hard work, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Have a lovely bank holiday weekend. I hope you get lots of gardening done, and find the time to sit down and chill as well. I will see you again on Monday. I'll be back bank holiday Monday with a vlog, so I will see you then. Have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.